What's good, YouTube? Zion Amari, Real Spit TV, and like always, let's spit that real, man. And before I even get into the topic of the video, let me first give a little disclaimer. I'm going to piss a lot of people off with this video. Here, it might not even be a lot of people that see this video, but I'm going to piss a lot of people that see this video off, right? Particularly women. And I just want to let y'all know I love you. And it is not my intention to rub y'all the wrong way or piss y'all off. But this is Real Spit TV. Real Spit TV. So that's how I got to give it up. Now, T.I and Tiny are at the center of some wild allegations. And it looked like my man Clifford Harris might have been taking bedroom advice from Clifford Huxtable. But these are just allegations. But I digress. This chick, Sabrina Peterson, right, comes out and alleges that T.I put a gun to her head. And I think she mentioned he drugs and sex traffics young girls. But let's deal with the gun situation first. Now, if you do a background check or just run the history on this Sabrina chick, she has a history of lying on people, harassing people, scamming people, being violent with people, and even slashing a chick's face. Now, I say all of that to say, if it is in your nature or your character to do that kind of shit, then you got whatever you got coming to you. Because I'm telling you right now, if she scammed me out of $5,000, well, not scammed, Shakina said she cost her like 5 stacks. If you scam me out of 5 stacks, it cost me $5,000, and my kids is in private school or some shit like that, and I can't afford to pay my rent or pay for my kids' private school, because speaking from experience, private school is fucking expensive. Okay, I got 3 kids, and I remember all 3 of them was in private school. That shit costs more than most motherfuckers rent and a mortgage. And if my kids are sitting in the principal's office because of your ratchet ass done scam me, your janky ass done scam me, and I can't pay my kids' tuition, bitch, I'll up the strap on you myself. I'm just keep it real. I'll up the strap on you my goddamn self. So you ain't finna make me feel like, oh, poor her. T.I put a gun to her head. Nah, that bitch had that shit coming. That good do say. That bitch had that shit coming. So I don't feel sorry for her. Based off of her history and her past, that is a janky bitch. I got her whole profile down packed. She is one of these bipolar, borderline sociopathic, psychopathic ass women that we got functioning in society today. See, these are the type of women that get motherfuckers fired for putting hands on them. These are the type of women that get niggas cases because they will make a normal, mild-mannered, respectable man that doesn't even hit women put hands on her. She's one of those type of women. I know women like that in real life. I've met women like that in real life. You got to completely just avoid these type of women at all costs. Or else they going to make you up the strap on their ass, I'm telling you. But I got to question her on a couple levels. Because if you knew that T.I and Tiny was drugging and sex trafficking young girls, why the fuck did you not do anything about it? Because if I find out somebody is drugging and sex trafficking young girls, I'm going to either handle them myself or I'm going to call the cops. But what I'm not going to do is just idly stand by knowing that they are doing this to young women, right? So that's on the Sabrina chick. I don't give a damn if T.I up the strap to her head. It is what it is. She had that shit coming. Karma is what it is. Whatever you put out, you're going to get back. And that bitch is janky and violent and cut a woman face and all that shit. So she had that shit coming. Matter of fact, I think it happened. I think she did that shit after it happened. But it don't matter. If you the type of motherfucker to cut somebody's face in 2013, that's who you was in 2007. You don't just wake up one year and decide to start slashing motherfuckers' faces. So just in case one of y'all come in, no, T.I. pulled a gun out on her in 2007 and she cut her face in 2013, 2000, whatever that shit happened. I don't give a damn. It don't matter. She was who she was when T.I. upped the strap on her. Anyway, now to deal with the women that have allegedly been drugged and sex trafficked or abused, because I done read some of these posts, and from what I've seen, the overwhelming majority of these women were strippers, prostitutes, escorts, and just thoughts, just regular thoughts. And let me preface everything that I'm about to say with this. I'm not saying that because you are a stripper, because you are an escort / prostitute, or a thought, that you deserve to be drugged, sex trafficked, sexually abused, or mistreated in any sort of way. But I am saying, as life, because like I said, I'm not Zion Amari, I'm not Real Spit TV, I'm life. Life don't give a fuck about what you deserve. See, life is not about what people do or don't deserve. Life is about anything that can go wrong, eventually will go wrong, especially if you are not moving accordingly. See, what a lot of y'all don't understand is the human kingdom is just like the animal kingdom, in which we are overrun with predators. Now, I'm not saying T.I. and Tiny is predators. This is all allegedly. But this is a teaching opportunity for me. And I always take, not always, but I'm going to take this opportunity to teach. In the jungle or in a safari, life don't give a fuck about whether this is a wounded young gazelle, because the lions is going to see that wounded young gazelle and say, shit, it's dinner time. Okay? That male lion is going to say, Sarabi, Nala, get your ass up there and get to it. That motherfucker is wounded and it's a baby. Get him. We about to have breakfast. In like manner, all of these hoes that claim to be so goddamn naive and gullible and young, that don't mean shit to life. Life does not care about, if your ass is young, dumb, naive, and gullible, then stay your young, dumb, naive, and gullible ass on the porch. Like Too Short said, you can't hang with the big dogs, stay on the porch. Okay? But prostitutes, strippers aside, just dealing with regular thoughts, it is the prevalence of thought culture, and I got to deal with this. It is the prevalence of thought culture in hip-hop music that has stripped the black community of all morals, standards, integrity, principles, and self-respect. So these young women put themselves in dangerous situations because they don't have no goddamn morals. See, morals, virtues in general, character, protects you from a lot of bullshit in life. I have avoided so much bullshit in life simply because I have good character. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I'm better than nobody. What I'm saying is my character protects me from putting myself in certain situations to where I'm going to have to deal with adverse consequences of my decisions, right? So when motherfuckers like me get on social media and we're critical of thought culture, it's always the women that come out and say, oh, bitch ass nigga, nah, you ain't my daddy. You can't tell me what to do. I'm a grown ass woman. I take care of I do whatever I want. If I want to do this, if we want to do X, Y, and Z, we do X, Y, and Z. We do anything a man can do. We do. Oh, which brings me to another point. I know I'm ranting, but that's what this shit is. This is rant. Feminism. I have a hard time. Well, fuck a hard time. It's impossible for a nigga like me to dedicate all of this mental and emotional energy into these type of Me Too situations when we have feminism running parallel with the Me Too movement. Now, you can't tell a nigga like me that women are equal to men. They can do anything a man can do. They're just as smart. Hell, they claim women are smarter than men and more mature than men. You can't tell me that shit in one breath and then in the next breath tell me that if a woman have 2 drinks, she can turn around and press charges on a man that had sex with her under the influence of those 2 drinks or 2 pills or whatever because she wasn't able to give sexual consent. Do you know why I can't get behind that? Because if I have 1 too many drinks and my big bone homegirl, who know I don't sleep with big bone chicks, say, damn, this nigga's lit. Let me take advantage of this and let me have sex with him while he's not sober. If I turn around and say, hey, I got this big chick or this ugly chick pregnant, but she took advantage of me, she victimized me while I wasn't sober and able to give sexual consent, ain't nobody gonna take that shit serious. Y'all would laugh at me. Even the women that's butthurt about this situation, y'all would laugh at me. Y'all would say, look at that nigga, he got that fat bitch pregnant, he got that ugly bitch pregnant. Y'all would not take me serious, y'all would laugh. So in like manner, since y'all, or if y'all truly believe in equality, I have to hold y'all to the same standard. If your ass pop a pill, it is what it is. I'm not trying to hear you wasn't able to give sexual consent. God damn it, you equal to me. You can do whatever the fuck I can do. If I could pop a pill and give sexual consent, then God damn it, you could pop a pill and give sexual consent. If I can have 1 too many drinks and have to take accountability for whatever I do under the influence, then God damn it, you got to take accountability for having 1 too many drinks and doing whatever you did under the influence. See, they trying to manipulate society. Because if any one of us have 1 too many drinks and get behind the wheel and kill somebody, they gonna charge our ass with manslaughter. They ain't gonna say, oh, they were unable to, to give drivers consent to know what they were doing, so we can't hold them accountable because they were under the influence. No, they're going to charge your ass with a crime and you're going to go to prison. So you can't tell me motherfuckers can go to prison behind doing shit under the influence, but a woman can't give sexual consent under the influence and these men are supposed to go to prison. You can't tell me that. You can't brainwash me into jumping on that bandwagon. No. If your ass is unable to give sexual consent under the influence, don't do drugs. Because you know what I ain't heard? I ain't heard T.I. grab me by the back of my neck and force these goddamn pills down my throat. I ain't heard that not once. So if he offered you pills and you took them, that is on you. You, as a grown-ass woman, have to take accountability for your choice, your decision to take drugs. And do whatever it is you was gonna do, because to be real, most prostitutes and strippers and escorts are either alcoholics, coke heads, or pill heads themselves. So what you're not gonna do is convince me that these was just squares that had never done Molly or coke, and they did it for the first time around T.I. and he raped them. Or sexually abuse them. You're not gonna convince me of that. Okay? And like I was saying, getting back to the morals. See, morals, standards, principles, integrity, self-respect, that protects you from a lot of shit. And the reason why I don't have sympathy for all of these chicks that end up in these situations is because they don't have these virtues. They don't have that type of character. Because I know it's a billion women that you could have put in that same situation, or put around that same situation, and they wouldn't have turned out claiming to be nobody's victim. You know why? Because they have morals, they have integrity, they have principles, they have self-respect. Now, if you don't have this shit, that is a personal problem. I'm not putting no goddamn energy into the fact that you hoes are morally bankrupt and y'all don't have no character. That is a personal problem. And y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen when brothers like me who actually care. See, I know y'all think this is victim blaming, but I'm not victim blaming. I am, however, giving victim accountability. You see, because as life, not Zion Amari, not Real Spit TV, as life, I don't give a damn about your age. I don't give a damn about how naive you are. I don't give a damn about how much you are infatuated by celebrities. I don't give a damn about the fact that you practice idolatry and worship celebrities, in which you will do anything they tell you to do. That's a personal problem. You got to deal with that. Look, I'm a sickle cell patient. I got to take accountability for shit that ain't even in my power to control. I was born with a disease that I did not ask for, and I end up in the hospital and in pain, and I got to miss time off of work. I done lost numerous jobs behind simply being in the hospital and being sick. So I have to take accountability for shit that I don't even control. So what you not gonna do is get a motherfucker like me to feel sorry for motherfuckers that don't take accountability for shit that they can control. Nobody forced you to do anything. Unless you telling me somebody put something in your drink, unless you telling me that somebody full on raped you, I ain't trying to hear it. Because as life, I don't care. You have the power to avoid these things. You know why? You notice how y'all never see none of these Arab women ending up in these situations? You never see an Arab woman with the goddamn scarf and all of the clothes and that's covered up from head to toe. These bitches never end up in this situation. You know why? Because they have character. They have morals, standards, principles, integrity, self-respect, which prevents them from even associating with these types of characters, much less having threesomes with them and their wives and husbands and all that old crazy ass shit. You see? And I know the ladies is mad. I know y'all mad. I can hear y'all voices right now. Oh, he fucked up. He's so fucked up. He victim blaming. No, I'm not fucked up. And I don't hate women. I love women. As a matter of fact, I love y'all so much that I will take all of the flack and all of the hits and all of the criticism just to tell y'all what y'all need to hear, not what y'all want to hear. I got 2 daughters. And you better believe they gonna get the same shit. Okay, because I actually love my daughters. I actually care about my daughters. So I'm gonna tell them what they need to hear to avoid ending up in these kinds of situations. And that's how I know y'all don't really care. Because it's never about teaching young women how to avoid these situations. See, it's always about let's go in on the alleged predator. Let's go in on the alleged predator. And people should go in on any predator. And they should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law if they are guilty of being predators. But I understand that there's nothing that I can say to a predator to make them cease being a predator. Okay? I'm old enough to remember when the R. Kelly sex tape came out. And I seen the shit as a kid because I'm the same age as the girl that got peed on in the video. Everybody and their mama saw that goddamn video. And R. Kelly was on trial for that shit. And guess what? After all of that shit, he continued to be a goddamn predator. So what y'all not gonna do is make me think and believe that if I get my ass behind this camera shitting on predators, they're gonna say, you know what? I shouldn't molest young girls. I shouldn't date rape young girls. Let me stop. No, that's not gonna happen. It don't work like that in real life. But what I can do is tell young women who haven't been victimized, you should not conduct yourself like these young ladies, or else you're going to put yourself in a position to be victimized. You see? Women want all of these goddamn, I can do anything a man can do. I'm grown. Yada yada this, yada yada that. You ain't my daddy, nigga. Okay, well, cool. I mind my business. When this type of shit happen, don't come calling me. Don't come tell me about it. Figure that shit out on your own. I'm not your daddy, remember? I need to mind my own business, remember? I need to worry about me, remember? So don't try to rally the whole goddamn world behind y'all when y'all don't listen to the people who actually care and tell you what you should and should not be doing and how you should and should not conduct yourself as a young lady, and then turn around and think we supposed to give a fuck when whatever happens to you. That's why we told you not to do that shit in the first place. Okay? I'm the type of person to where if I tell you everything that you need to hear to avoid some shit, I'm the last motherfucker you gonna be able to call when shit go left for you. If you don't listen, when shit go left for you, figure that shit out on your own. The same way you came to the conclusion that you shouldn't take my advice, come to the conclusion of how you should handle that shit. See? That's how life works. See, I'm not the goddamn shoulder to the crown. That's not my role. It's 1,000 people that's gonna play that shoulder to crown role, but they not gonna teach these young girls how to avoid this shit. Okay? See, I really care. That's why I tell y'all what y'all need to hear and not what you want to hear. Right? And like I was saying, this goddamn Me Too movement and feminism cannot coexist. Okay? Y'all either believe in feminism in which women and men are equal, women can do anything a man can do, and they're just on equal footing. See, if y'all truly believe that, or even if y'all are just saying that, I'm going to deal with you accordingly. So what you can't do is talk all of that equality shit and then turn around and say, hey, I'm a woman. This happened to me. I should get some special consideration as a woman. No, you don't get no special consideration as a woman. You're equal to a man. You can do anything a man can do. So you get the same consideration that a man would get. Because there's a bitch in society. She popping right now. What is her name? Cardi B. That's that bitch name. And this bitch named Cardi B publicly admitted to drugging niggas when she was a hoe. When she was a prostitute and a stripper. She admitted to drugging niggas and robbing niggas. And guess who didn't give a fuck? The whole goddamn world. Outside of men and a few women, nobody gave a fuck about the fact that this bitch admitted to drugging men. She admitted to robbing men. And women was like, who cares? So what? Just a man has been victimized, but who cares? So if y'all truly believe in that feminism shit that y'all talk, we gonna have the same energy. Okay, bitch, you got drugs. So what? Tough shit. Tough titty. Tough break, my nigga. Take that shit as a learning lesson and keep it pushing. See? See where that feminism shit get you? See, because motherfuckers like me, we ain't going no more. We ain't playing that shit no more. We gonna start dealing with y'all the same way y'all deal with us, or the same way society deals with us. When shit happens to us, it's like tough break, nigga. Take that shit on the chin and keep it pushing. It's got to be the same way for y'all. If y'all on some feminism shit, it's got to be the same way. It's got to be. And to further build on my victim accountability statement, see, what y'all got to understand is that y'all can't say, oh, this happened to me 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago and expect the world to oh, really? What happened? Tell us all about. No. No, why the fuck didn't you say something when it happened? And look, I understand totally that it is not the easiest thing in the world to say that you have been raped, to say that you've been molested, to say that you've been sexually assaulted, to say all of this shit. I get that, right? But at the same time, you have to understand that as a victim, the onus and the responsibility and the accountability is on you to make your case make sense to everybody you tell it to. Okay? It is not our job to believe everything that you say, considering the fact that we have an extensive history of women lying about being raped and sexually assaulted, in which they have completely ruined men's entire lives based off sheer allegations. Okay? So you have to understand that. The same way, if my house get broken into, right, and I wait 5 or 10 years to call the goddamn insurance company and say, hey, all my shit got stolen. You know, I need to file this claim and I need to get my shit replaced. The first thing the insurance company is going to ask is, well, nigga, why didn't you report this shit when it happened? You know what I can't do? And you know what I can't do when they say that? I can't turn around and say, oh, you're victim blaming. You're victim blaming. I'm a victim. It's not the easiest thing to tell that you've been robbed or taken advantage. That ain't how life works. Okay, and I'm life. I'm not Zion Amari. I'm life. That ain't how life works. So it is on you, if you are victimized, to immediately go to the authorities. Go to the cops. Tell them. And the fact that none of these women went to the cops and filed criminal charges, they're all, or the Sabrina chick, I've only heard legal, like, what did she say? We're going to take this, we're going to make it a legal situation or handle this in a legal, whatever. I ain't heard nobody talking about filing criminal charges. I bet you they just try to get civil suits, which makes you look even more phony, right? Okay. Now, T.I and Tiny, I have to speak to y'all in a language that you understand. Clifford T.I. Harris, Tameka Tiny Harris, please make your way to the front of the congregation. We'll give them a minute. Okay. Now, T.I. Clifford Harris, I understand that you, sir, are a rapper, celebrity, and entertainer. And I understand that in the wicked world of Hollywood, sexual debauchery is a normal occurrence. See, I understand that. But I have to inform you that you and your wife, Tiny Harris, have made the gravest of errors by defiling your marriage bedroom and indulging yourselves, see, on all manner of thoughts, ratchets, hood rat, whores, skeezers, scallywags, and skanks. You see? And it would behoove you and your wife, Tiny, to refrain from further sexual deviancy and debauchery with a myriad of thoughts, ratchets, skeezers, skanks, scallywags, and hood rats and whores. You see? And it would behoove you and your wife, Tiny Harris, to do this expeditiously.